Back with another one. Time to get up out of here. We pulled out of that dock. Safely, correctly. We are good to go. Let's bounce up out of here. This is the other end of the same street that I was on. Very spacious. However, had I approached that dock by coming in this direction, it would have been like Nightmare on Elm Street, y'alls. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, but we are in Miami. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. You know what? Where that name come from? If I remember correctly, it comes from the word Tamiami. Tamiami. If I remember correctly. Right. Tamiami is Tampa to Miami. That's what Tamiami is. Tamiami 75 runs through. A part of 75 is part of that. Tamiami goes through Alligator Alley. I don't know if it cuts through the Everglades or not, but we're out of here. You feel me? Somebody try to embarrass me, right? Because I was just trying to be friendly with the person. But they weren't very, very friendly with me. So they said, yo. When I said, you feel me? He said, you smell me? And I said, word? It's like that? Okay. You taste me? Woo! He got mad at that. But, he didn't have to be like that. I took it there, though. I shouldn't have taken it there. Hoo-wee. So the new administration that's coming in, they want to start deregulating. Especially with the Federal Trade Commission. Now, what does that mean for us? Business people love it, but because business people love it, does that mean that that's good for us? Even though I own a business, I'm including myself with those who don't have a business. Because I'm not transactional. I do care what happens to everybody that's not a business owner. See, there has to be a balance. But if there's no balance, the more aggressive members of our society will do what they want, take what they want, at the expense of everybody else. And that's the whole purpose of having regulations. Franklin D. Former President Franklin D. established some government agencies for that very purpose. Make sure that there was some form of regulation so that people can stop being taken advantage of, or reduce how much people are being taken advantage of. Now this administration coming in wants to eliminate some of those regulations that were placed there to protect the average person. But what is that like? What is it like? That gets thrown around a lot, and I hear common people. When I say common people, I'm talking about people that don't own businesses, don't invest. You know, they're fist pumping in the air, agreeing with this stuff. So let me explain what that's like. Do y'all know anything about the relationship between hyenas and lions? They don't like each other. They kill each other, and it's not even out of hunger. It's not even out of hunger. They're not killing to eat. That's not what they do. So they're enemies. Now, one adult male lion can easily take out 2 or 3 hyenas. Easily. In one day, 2 or 3, take them right out. What hyenas do is when they see a lion cub, drift off, or is far enough away from their family, they tear it up. They don't eat them, but they take them out. And when a male lion senses that a hyena has done that, ooh-wee, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's done. Now imagine you got 10 hyenas and you're in a place where you have maybe 1 male lion. 10 hyenas, 1 male lion. Well, so long as you don't touch the male lion's cubs or interfere with their food and keep a safe distance, you might be all right. As a hyena, you might be all right. Now let's say there's an invisible barrier. And that invisible barrier will send off an alarm if that lion crosses into hyena territory unnecessarily. There's no food, or there might be some food, but there's enough food on the lion side so that he doesn't have to cross that invisible barrier that will set off an alarm. Now that don't mean that the lion won't say, whatever, I'm just gonna cross this thing, and if the alarm goes off, it goes off, whatever. Whoever's regulating the territory, when they hear that alarm go off, they might come running, go check out the lion. Maybe the lion and the hyenas know how to speak, and the regulators come through and come to the lion and yo, what are you doing here? What do you want? Oh. The lion might just I don't know. What happened? Act dumb. I don't know. All right, well, get to your side. The hyenas are going to feel better because now there's a regulator out there. And this lion is not just going to come over and start tearing them up. Okay. But maybe the lion figures, whatever. I really want to tear like 2 or 3 hyenas up. I just don't like them. I don't like them. Whatever. I just don't like them. Now, the lion goes up to that invisible barrier and he just starts telling the hyenas on the other side, listen, guys, hey, I'm really sorry about what's happened in the past. It's all terrible. It's all terrible, man. I got this gazelle right here that I just killed. I just killed the gazelle, and I can go kill another one, no big deal. Guys, if you want to come over, eat the gazelle, it's all good. It's all gravy. Y'all can listen. This is my way of, trying to keep the peace with y'all. The older hyenas, they may not fall for that. Those older hyenas, they represent wisdom. So they ain't going for that. They're not crossing anything. But the younger hyenas, ooh, they smell that. They smell that gazelle. They're like, yo, is this dude for real? We can go eat that? The older hyena is gonna say, nah, listen, I wouldn't fall for that if I were you. And the younger hyenas would be like, come on, man, you live in the past. What do you know? You don't know. Lion could be looking out. He said he was trying to keep the peace. Listen, the older hyena will say, I know what he said, but I wouldn't trust it because of what has happened in the past. That lion can tear you up in an instant. You won't be able to defend yourself. Now, when the hyena crosses over into the lion's territory, the alarms don't go off. It's only when the lion crosses into the hyena's territory. So now we got like 4 hyenas crossing into the lion's territory. Lion's sitting there. Sees him coming over. That gazelle is right there. It looks tasty. They think about what the older hyena said, and they got their head rocking side to side, approaching the gazelle, looking at the lion, see what he's doing, see if OG is right. And the lion just comes out and says, I'm gonna go catch another one, fellas. Go ahead, tear that up. So the lion leaves and leaves them alone with the gazelle. And now they're sinking their teeth in the gazelle. Delicious. So they see the lion take off. And the grass is pretty high, so they can't see the lion no more. But they're tearing that gazelle up, boy. That is so tasty. They didn't even have to chase after it. Nothing. It was just there. The lion did all the work. Man. Now that's peace. That's peace. Now the older lion is looking. Not the older lion, I'm sorry. The older hyena's looking. And he's just shaking his head. So while the young hyenas are chewing away at that delicious gazelle, they hear some ruffling in the tall grass, but in the tall grass behind them, it was moving so fast they only had time to look up. That's when they realized that same lion that invited them over was on top of them. So he bit into one of the hyena's necks, broke his neck, chased after another one, caught up to him, broke that hyena's neck. But two of them managed to go back to their territory. The lion did what the lion always does, but this time he was sneaky about it. He was sneaky. He lured them in. However, the lion made a mistake of trying to chase after the third one and got right up to that invisible barrier and went past just enough to set it off. And here come the regulators. Now they see that the lion is in his side, but they also notice that there are two dead hyenas on his side. Oh, it's time for an investigation. What is going on? So they approach the lion and say, yo, what's all this? He said, I don't know. The lion says, I don't know. Play stupid. I thought they were attacking me. I defended myself. To the regulators, that sounded ridiculous. Now, if they were going after one of his cubs, then yeah, they could believe that, but not a grown male lion. They would never go near a grown male lion. So we need an explanation here, Mr. Lion. What is the deal? And the lion just tells, listen, man, did the alarm go off? Yes, it did. It didn't go off because I went on their side. Oh yeah? Stay right there. So they go over to the older hyena and they ask the older hyena, hey, did that lion come in here and snatch up two of your hyenas? Nah. The OG hyena was being honest. Nah, he didn't come over here. You sure? Yeah, he didn't come over here. Well, what are those two hyenas doing on his side? All tore up. Well, he lied to them and told them that he was going to offer them some food. They could just come over, no problem. Everything was peaceful and what have you. So they went over there on their own. Yeah. They went over there on their own. All right. Let me go talk to the lion. So the regulator goes over to the lion and says, yo, man, you tricked those dudes. Who? Me? Yeah, you tricked them. I didn't trick anybody, the lion said. I didn't trick anybody. What are you talking about? Listen, OG Hyena told us that you tricked them. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I didn't trick anybody. OG Hyena told us that you told these hyenas to come on over and get something to eat, that there would be no problem. And the lion says, I said that? I said that. So now the regulator didn't know what to do because it's the lion's word against the OG hyena's word. That is what will happen when things start to get deregulated, and depending on how much deregulation there is. Because now, after the deregulation, you're going to be at the mercy of marketers, propagandists at levels that people are not used to. So these marketers and propagandists, they're going to trick you into exposing yourself economically. And just like the lion tore up those younger hyenas, these marketers and propagandists will put you in a position where your bank account is going to get tore up. They're going to lure you in greater numbers than what they do now. Right now, because of regulations, they got to be cautious. Businesses have to be cautious. Content creators got to be cautious. They can't just trick you into participating in something where you got to pay and not get the results that you were supposed to have gotten. Because they could wind up getting sued. But without regulation, all the vultures can come swooping in. You're gonna be that small animal in the savannah walking around aimlessly while the vultures are just checking you out, flying all around you, waiting. Deregulation, y'alls. What prompted me to do this video on that was a content creator that I was listening to. He was discussing the bonds and the bond market. And yes, I agree that if you want to know more about what's going on in the economy, the best place to check out is the activity in the bond market. Or it's better to check the bond market than it is the stock market if you want to know what's going on with the economy, or what the savvier investors are doing with the bond market. The thing is, though, you have to study what's going on carefully, because those experienced investors in the bond market, when giving an explanation in public, they may not be giving you the full story or an accurate account. So you got to be careful. Listen, I'm gonna let you guys go with that because I'm starting to get hungry. So stay fresh and keep it profitable. Kitty! Yeet.
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem açça. Göremedi kimseden fayda, işler